Chimps are the result of giving a toddler steroids, a derma roller, and a whole lot of argan oil. And goblins are like if Snot grew legs, got pissed off, and started stealing all your shit. They each have that certain X factor that makes me go, oh yeah. Needless to say, they're both cool as fuck, and I'm just one of the millions who think that. I mean, just by browsing the internet, you can easily tell that there's a collective urge to return to monkey. And the word goblin mode ended up being Oxford's word of the year in 2022. Observing this, I started to wonder, why are they so tit-tacular? And then I thought, could they be cool for similar reasons? Ladies and... wait. Just gentlemen, I say yes, and you all deserve to know why. So, first, I'll describe goblins and their attractive qualities as I understand them. Then I'll do the same for chimps. Afterwards, I'll point out some incongruencies, but I'll reaffirm their comparable cultural impact.
In a lush cascade of green and teal, where trees stand tall, ignorant of the axe's sting, a gaping maw of dirt and stone lay open. In a region that had forgotten man, where dungeons and ruins offer poignant reminders of what once was, there was that cave. And within that cave, there were goblins.
This is how goblins are usually displayed, as aggressive, evil little twerps. But they're also famous for being pushovers, which is why they rarely get badass intros like this. Let's face it, they're the obligatory entry-level enemy in the fantasy genre that barely surpass slimes in difficulty. They're not stronger, smarter, bigger, or faster than you. They're quite literally the opposite of all those things. Booger boy. Goblins barely manage to be threatening at all because, on even footing, the average person curb stomps harder than a pimply kid in a Capri Sun commercial. I mean, come on, at most a lone goblin is merely a hapless hindrance. You can plainly see that in fictitious settings like Dungeons & Dragons, Tolkien's The Hobbit, or one of your friend's high hypotheticals.
Dude.
What?
Dude, I just thought of something.
Okay.
So, what if, there was a 3-inch tall guy?
Okay.
Like a little green goblin man.
Starting strong.
And he lived in your shoe. And every time you try to put it on, he says...
What the fuck, dude?
What would you do, man? What would you do? What would you do, dude?
It's my shoe. I kick him out.
But what if... Okay, well, if he has squatters' rights...
It's not a house, it's a shoe.
Do you want to be taken to court by a goblin guy? Do you want to be taken to court by some plankton wannabes bitch? What do you do? It's a simple question, man.
What is this?
What do you do, dude?
I get new shoes, I guess. Fuck. What can I do, man? What can I do? They occupy one of the lowest rungs on the totem pole, and because of that, their lack of size and strength makes any individual goblin's attempt to commit an evil action pitiful at worst and comical at best. But when they group up, shit starts to get scary. Goblins will form tribe-like bands led by the strongest goblin around. It's incredibly fascinating to observe goblins need their instinct to reproduce haphazardly, their need to hoard items and respond in the most brutal fashion to all encountered entities, even to each other. And no, this isn't because I'm a psychopath or anything, but a goblin so often blurs the line between being a fully established sentient being and just another monster that we have to classify. Goblins are complex enough to construct primitive societal structures, but they retain no sort of familial ties. They're led not by the one who possesses the most virtuous qualities, but by the goblin who's strong enough to seize that position of power by force. They'll create dwellings and tools that fit the most basic criteria of functional, but then they'll meander about in an attempt to satiate their instinctual urges. I'm talking about building subterranean nests, setting up clever and horrid traps, staking deplorable raids on nearby villages, and a complete I give no fucks about my life as long as you're dead attitude that makes fighting a swarm of them that much more terrifying. Yes, they are complex, and they use that complexity to fuel their animalistic simplicity. They are unsettling to the utmost degree, but not just because of what I just yapped about for an entire paragraph, but there's something deeper. Beneath the constant displays of the id, there's true potential. However, goblins seem to simply not care at all about what they could be. They have no want for pursuing a virtuous existence, and in that they are free. They are scary because they are more like us than we care to admit. And they're scary because they have the potential to further resemble us. Now we go ooh ooh ah ah, because the next guy on my list is one of the greatest apes of all time. Get ready for Chimp and Z.
Five-finger predator, tree swinging regular, tick skimmers and beast killers, gunning for the jugular, stick swingers and meat dinners, making monsters uglier. Cause we chimps are nut peelers and fruit dealers, mirror fleers, short creatures with known features, big brain can't gap muted discipline, pushing pain, weave like acetaminophen. Beasts would be beaten, they brawl, in the leaves they rumble. Eat or be eaten's the law here in the jungle. Life stays Darwinian, ain't no room for simpletons, swinging off the vine, screaming, war belongs to simians. Yo, it's Chimp.
If you're a human male and are shown a picture of one of these hairy meatballs, you don't just think, oh, of course, yes, a fine image depicting a noble anthropoid. You think, let's fucking go. Chimps are iconic within the masculine culture. See Joe Rogan for details. It's obvious as to why. They're super duper strong, they're extra agile, and overall, just scary little homunculi. Dude, like a chimp bodies humans in 1v1 hand-to-hand combat no matter what. You can't climb a tree to escape, they're already up there. If you stand your ground, get ready for something half your height but twice as strong as you to rip off your skin as easily as your finger tears through toilet paper on Taco Tuesday. The worst part? These bouts of fighting can emerge for seemingly innocuous reasons. There was one instance of a chimp named Travis who simply and easily removed the face, jaw, and fingers of his owner's friend because she was holding his Elmo toy. Don't worry, she's alive and everything, but afterwards she and the rest of the world learned one thing. You don't fuck with chimps. They establish through their basic nature that they dominate completely, because they embody strength, domination, and ruthlessness. Everything that guy in Taxi Driver wanted to be. They also display a contented sort of simplicity. They be monkeys. They aren't reducible to murderous dranklogs hell-bent on using the power of friendship and violence to make every living thing they find into non-living things. They like to mess around. They like to fuck around. Goblins and chimps obviously are not synonymous beings. They are each their own unique creatures and we should regard them as such, but they have striking similarities that we cannot ignore. They're both intelligent, ferocious, and complex, far more complex than what would meet the eye. And here's another thing. The level of heebie-jeebies they give me because they remind me of people. It's just so strange to see something so close to sentience and personhood, but still hopelessly locked into their animal geekiness. It's just so fucked. And I love seeing that sort of thing in settings, where you have the potential to break through your instincts, but your instincts are there for a reason. That's pretty much why I think it's cool.